Hello, I'm Hannah Storm and I'm going to be reading today a short story from my new collection, The Thin Line Between Everything and Nothing. Here we go. It's available on Amazon and published by Reflex Fiction, also available on their website. This story is called Please Look Out for This Bear. They're the only ones now living in South America, you tell me, reaching gently for my glasses. In Aymara and Quechua they're called Jucumari. Spectacle bear just doesn't have the same appeal, does it? You smile, wiping the smudges from my lenses, hold them up to the light to make sure you've caught all the smears, then settle them back across the bridge of my nose. Now you are so close I can smell the sweetness of the coca leaves that we've both been chewing to ward off the altitude sickness. I still feel lightheaded. Even though you're used to the Andean air, you swear by these sacred leaves of the Incas. The bears are vulnerable these days, you whisper as we weave our way down darkened corridors. They have been hunted and their natural habitat stripped away. I follow you out of the back of the hotel you recently renovated, high above the tourist town of Aguascalientes, trying to trust the path you take. My feet clawing at cobbles, rubbed smooth by decades of tourists treading these stones by day. We pass the gift shop with Paddington bears lined like security guards in the windows, then the empty ticket booth where visitors can pause for a picture with the country's most famous furry export. Are you sure this is okay? I hesitate as you creep past the gates that bar our entry. The night sings with the sound of native birds. I inhale the thick smell of rare orchids that were reintroduced recently, long after they were almost wiped out by the men who came to map these hidden parts. They build their nests in trees, you say, but I don't ask if you mean the birds or the bears or even those who came to pillage these lands. Up here the air might be thin, but the sky is thick with stars, whose stories thread their ways through the fables of Pachamama, the Earth Mother, and each and every one of her Inca descendants, down to Pachacutic. I've read the guidebooks and know he's the emperor for whom this place was supposedly built, and we've already joked that his name meant he who moves heaven and earth. Here it's easy to imagine why these people worship the world that rises up from the foaming waters of the Urubamba, through the Cordillera, into the cloud forest, to the humid jungle walls we now inhale beneath the starry heavens. You stop, and in the darkness I see you reach a finger to your mouth. I move closer to you, searching for signs. You scoop your hand under my foot, no longer slippery on stones. I am rooted as you lift me up and over the wall and into this sacred city. Now the moon casts its light across the stage in front of us, and I see rising from the lunar lamp the jagged crest of Huayna Picchu. The wind whips around us, magnifying the murmur from below. We seek sanctuary in the low branches of a tree, listening to the sound of the river snaking its way through the canyon. I listen for the grunts and huffs of the spectacle bear, but there is nothing but the sound of heaven and earth moving further apart.